Hello friends, today we will be talking about a question which was there in NEET 2023. This question is from chemical equilibrium chapter and based upon Lewis acid-base concept. See what Lewis acids are. Lewis acids are those species which are electron deficient. What is the meaning of electron deficient? Electron deficient means not having 8 electrons there in the central atom. Not having 8 electrons means their octet is not complete even after sharing electrons by the central atom. Then 2. And if octet is complete, and not only octet is complete, but lone pair of electron is also there with the central atom, then such species are called Lewis bases. So what Lewis bases are? Lewis bases are those species which are having lone pair of electron and their octet is complete. See, if octet is complete, but lone pair of electron is not there, as in case of CH4, as in case of methane. This carbon is having 4 electrons and 4 hydrogen atoms will be sharing their 4 electrons with the 4 unpaired electrons of carbon atom. In this way, all the unpaired electrons of hydrogen as well as carbon will get paired. But see the carbon atom, this carbon atom will also be having 8 electrons. But out of these 8 electrons, there is no, out of these 8 electrons, there is no lone pair of electron. So it is not a Lewis base because octet is complete, but lone pair is not there. Such species are called electron precise and is not a Lewis base. See BF3. First option, they are asking you which one is the Lewis acid. Now see BF3. BF3 boron is having 3 unpaired electrons and each fluorine atom will be having 1 unpaired electron. In this way, 3 fluorine will be having 3 fluorine atoms will be having 3 unpaired electrons. Each fluorine will be having 1 unpaired electron and then 3 lone pairs are there. In this way, each fluorine atom is having 7 electrons. This unpaired electron of boron will overlap these 7 electrons, out of which 1 is unpaired of fluorine. This fluorine unpaired electron will overlap 1 unpaired electron of fluorine atom. This boron's unpaired electron will overlap the 1 unpaired electron of fluorine atom. In this way, all the unpaired electrons, all the unpaired electrons of fluorine as well as boron will get paired. But see, after sharing these 3 unpaired electrons of boron with the 3 fluorine atoms, then 2 octet of fluorine is not yet completed. Here 2 electrons, here 2 after sharing. So total 6 electrons are there. Since octet is incomplete, so this BF3 is will be acting as an acid, that is Lewis acid. What about NH3? In NH3, nitrogen will be having 5 electrons there in the valence shell, and after sharing with 3 hydrogen atoms, each having 1 unpaired electron, the octet of nitrogen will get completed, and out of this octet of nitrogen atom, one lone pair is also there. In this way, since nitrogen is having completely filled octet, and out of these 8 electrons, 1 lone pair and 6 shared pair bonding pairs electrons are there. So that's why it's a Lewis base. In H2O and in OH minus also, OH is having 3 lone pairs and 1 shared pair. Here, this oxygen is having completely filled octet. Sorry, this is minus, not plus. This oxygen is having completely filled octet. How it is completely filled? 2, 4, 6, and 1 bond pair. So total 4 pair of electrons are there, out of which 3 are lone pairs and 1 is bond pair. Since lone pairs are there, and octet is complete of this oxygen there in OH minus. So this is also a Lewis base. H2O. In H2O also, oxygen will be having 6 electrons, out of which 2 are unpaired, and these 2 are lone pairs. 2 hydrogen atoms, each will be having 1 unpaired electron. So like this, 2 hydrogen atoms will overlap 2 unpaired electrons of oxygen atom to complete incomplete octet of oxygen. In this way, this oxygen will be having 2, 4, 6, and 8 electrons, out of which these 2 are bond pairs and these 2 are lone pairs. Since octet is complete and lone pairs are there, so this will also be a base. So it is BF3, which is a Lewis acid because it is having incomplete octet. So as I have said, Lewis acids are always electron deficient, are always electrophilic in nature, will always be electron deficient, always be electrophilic in nature. Fine. Thank you very much. That's all.